Hi, my name is Jen and welcome to my channel. Okay, it has been a little while since I last posted, but you know what? Hopefully we get it on track back this year because it is 2024, so new year, starting fresh. And I thought, what better way than to start with my pre-orders? So the way I'm going to be doing my pre-orders this year, I am going to list all of my pre-orders that I currently have on pre-order, and then I'm going to do like a second round of figures that I haven't pre-ordered. They're figures that I'm most likely going to pick up depending on a couple, but I'm hoping in the aftermarket that they're going to drop after the release. They're going to drop in price. It's mainly just freeing scales. One thing I've learned about collecting quarter scales recently, it is that a lot of them are dropping insanely in the aftermarket. They're either going on sale, they're still in stock so they're reducing the price, or the pre-owned section are still selling them in like A condition, but like you're getting like $100 off. So a lot of my quarter scales I haven't pre-ordered, which is a bit crazy. There are some, but we'll see what I talk about anyway. Okay, so like always, we're starting off with January. So the first two figures on this list in January, one was actually released last year, but I ordered it off of a different website, not Ami, and I don't know if it's being shipped. I know I paid something for it. Anyway, it's the Hatsune Miku with You 2021 1/7 scale. Absolutely gorgeous. Really excited for her, but I'm just not really sure when I'm meant to be getting her. I do know I paid part of an amount for her. I just don't know if I was meant to pay more. The second figure for January is the Chainsaw Man Aki by Mythos, also 1/7 scale. Very excited for him. Here I also didn't pre-order through Ami, so I have already paid slightly for him. I'm not too sure. I can't remember exactly how I've paid for him, but yeah, because it was a different website, I kind of need to follow those up. Anyway, third figure for January is the Hatsune Miku 2022 Chinese New Year version. She's a 1/7 scale by Furyu, and she was 39,380 yen. I am possibly going to very much likely cancel her. Hopefully she drops in the aftermarket and then I'll re-pick her back up. There will be a couple of figures where I say that, just because a lot of figures are binning. I mean, if I end up missing out on picking her up, then of course I'm going to be sad and I'll probably try and hunt her in the aftermarket, but I think it's better than, that's like 400 Australian dollars. Anyway, I think she's really pretty. Really excited for her. The fourth figure I have for January is Ichigo Kurosaki from Bleach. It is Mega House. Pretty excited for him. Not excited about the price. He is 36,000 yen, which is a bit pricey, roughly about the same price Ukiyoda was last year. Hard thing is, I definitely won't be picking him up in the aftermarket. Mega House don't really tend to drop in prices, and they don't really go on sale with their figures. My only issue with this thing is all the photos I've seen in him. I don't know if he looks like he's leaning. I hope he doesn't lean over time. And I haven't seen any support rods in like any photos. So anyway, we'll figure that out when he comes. Pretty excited for him though. Moving on to February. First up, we have my absolute favorite girl. It is Cece from Code Geass. This is by Union Creative. When I first started collecting, I wanted to get every single CC figure there was. I've kind of like calmed down on that path, but this was one of the main ones I really wanted to pick up. This is a re-release. I'm fairly sure this is like the third re-release of this particular figure, but this is like my favorite design of her. I do have the prize figure where it's very similar design to this one, and she's got her one hand forward. I forget what it is, but I'll post a photo here. They're very similar, but this one is obviously an actual scale, and I'm actually really excited to see her. The next two February figures are both from Bleach again. One is the Toshiro Hitsugaya and the other is Ichigo Kurosaki again. It is the Bandai Spirits. So this is probably going to sound like worse than what it actually is, but they're like a much smaller figure, less like quality detailed kind of style than like actual scale figures are. And the Toshido Bandai is very similar posed style to the Mega House one that was released last year, who I do currently have sitting on a boat. I'm just waiting for him to arrive. Yeah, I feel like they're very similar. But you know, it's my favorite guy, so can't really pass him up. And Ichigo, I am sorry, I'm excited for the Mega House one, and I feel like Mega House, they've got my heart, Mega House do. I feel like they're gonna kill the figure. They're gonna do so good. But this Bandai figure, his sword, that just, if they can deliver that and make him look great, he looks great. He looks great in all these photos. I don't care what anyone says. I think this is going to be a great figure, and depending on the quality, I feel like I definitely like his pose and his sword, the whole concept of him. I like him probably a little bit more than Mega Houses. Okay, heading into March, there is only one figure. This figure is currently still listed on Army to be released in January, but MSC has updated that she's been delayed to March, and she might be delayed again just because something's happening with the company that I'm not really keeping up to date with, but I do know she's been delayed several times. Anyway, it is Azure Lane Zuikaku's quarter scale. Pretty excited for her. This might be another figure that I will cancel, pick her up in the aftermarket, just because a lot of figures are going so much cheaper in the aftermarket. Like, I picked up Duke of York last year, and after I picked her up, she was in the pre-owned section for like $150 cheaper. And whilst I don't regret having her, I'm like, I could have saved all that money. Like, why? Anyway, not stressed, but Zuikaku, I don't have to worry about her till March. So we'll see then. Kind of following on in that sense, we've got her sister Shikaku. She's also the quarter scale from Azure Lane. She also listed currently in January, but she's been delayed to April, I think. Possibly will also cancel just because both their prices are pretty up there, and not dealing with that just yet. Anyway, as they get closer, I will decide whether I'm gonna cancel and pick up later. So nothing for May, which is great. I love a good breathing month, good saving up month, my favorite. And then heading straight into June, I haven't pre-ordered this one as I'm recording this video because
a few moments later.
Okay, I was making this video, and as I was putting all the figures in front of me, this is okay from Bandai Spirits as well, like the Toshido and Ichigo, is Renji. Okay, and I'm excited because Renji doesn't have any scales, and I'm waiting for Mega Houses. And whilst Bandai has announced this Renji one, I was like, I'm gonna get it. I love my boy Renji. When I decided he was going on the list, his pre-orders opened today, but they're saying they're already closed. So I've just realized I haven't pre-ordered him. Anyway, I think he looks great. He does look like he's going to come with like two base kind of sections, one where he's actually jumping from, the other where his sword Zabimaru is hitting the floor, which I think looks pretty cool. Anyway, continuing back on with June. Now, this is a quarter scale I want to pick up, and I don't know what Freeing's doing, because this was an unexpected re-release with fishnets. It is the Scathaha quarter scale bunny. She's been re-released for 29,700 yen. Very excited. I don't know, her colouring really suits. I do have Maya Mitsurugi and Kagami Sumika from Muv-Luv, and they also kind of have like champagne and a wine glass, and I just feel like Scathaha would fit really nicely with those two. So I think it's great. Next, Thea. Now, I debated putting her in this list because I don't have her pre-ordered, but she's not really in the next list kind of category. It is the quarter scale purple heart bunny bare leg version though. I have been hunting for her since like I first started getting into quarter scales. I was hunting for all the Neptunia bunnies. There's only like 4 of them, and I have one. I've got black heart, but I have her with tights. You see where I'm getting at? I don't know if I want purple heart bare legged. I think I want to keep hunting for the tights. So I haven't pre-ordered her, but she's on like the back burner of my head. So I'm gonna be thinking, I do feel like I like her with the tights more, and I've already got black heart with tights. I just need to hunt a little bit more, find her for a reasonable price. There's nothing wrong with the bare leg. I just feel like I need the tights. Anyway, so she's gonna sit on this list as a potential like pre-order. Moving on to July. First up, we have a figure I'm really excited for. It is the Hatsune Miku Magical Mirai 2023. She looks so good. There's something about her that looks amazing, and I feel like every time I see a photo of this figure, I just remember the 1:1 scale photos that was at that expo, and I feel like for me, I feel like that's this kind of scale I'm getting. Definitely not getting that because 27,000 yen is too little for a 1:1 scale, but I'm really excited to have her in like a mini form, so we'll see how she comes. Next is another quarter scale. It is the Hatsune Miku 1/4. I really like her design. Anything that's like full hair, I'm like, yes, that looks great. So I just feel like the way her hair is, I think it's gonna look clean. Very, very good. She does look really pale compared to like her blue hair, and I think it might just be because the black and the white is really like washing her out. But either way, I think she looks great. I think the design looks awesome. Now, the next pre-order I have is 02's quarter scale. Freeing, I don't know what you're doing, but if you're able to re-release figures with tights, just do that. Do a poll at the end of the year saying, what 3 figures would you like to come back with tights? Make people go crazy in the comments. Like, you've given us Scatterheart and now you're giving us 02. With her fangs as well, mind you. Like, crazy. I wasn't into quarter scales when the original one was released. And when the white bunny was released, I didn't pick her up. And then I kind of regretted not picking her up. But then I was like, I don't like it as much as the red one. There was just something about the red with the black fishnets. And I was like, something about that. And the aftermarket before this re-released was insane. Never was going to get there. I just pretty much completely wrote her off my list that I was never going to pick her up. But now we're going to get her. So I'm really excited for that. Once again, I don't know what Freeing is doing. And rolling on with these random re-releases, we're going straight into August. My first pre-order is the Hatsune Miku V3 quarter scale. Like, girl, I don't know what your re-releases are doing. So this is my only August pre-order currently, and September is also the other Freeing re-release Snow Miku quarter scale. They are both so similar in pose, in colour. I don't know if I'm going to keep them both or if I'm going to choose one or the other. I just haven't decided that. That's for a later in the year gen to decide. Not me right now. Right now they're both pre-ordered. And I'm here happy with that decision. But I'll deal with that later. I'll probably pick them both up and deal with that financial strain later. They're both not too badly priced considering Freeing's ridiculous price at the moment. But yeah, going into the last 2 actual figures that I've got pre-ordered for the year. This one is in October. This is the Plantopia Alpha. It's by Good Smile Company. Now, she drew me in. I don't know if it's the big sword, the way she's sitting, the hair. let's be real, it's probably the hair and the color pink, because I'm pretty much a sucker for those kind of things. I really want to see actual like other prototypes of this figure because she looks amazing, and if they deliver, that's going to be a crazy figure. And finishing off strong with another October figure, it is of course the Good Smile Company Miku 16th birthday version. I thought about this figure for so long and I was like, I don't like it that much. And then I've thought about it and I kept thinking about it. And then I was like, no, the wings are gonna fall over time. You know, they're gonna drop, they're gonna make her off balance kind of thing. And I kept telling myself that. But every time I go and look at her, there's just something so elegant. And I don't know if it's the face, the pose, everything flows so nicely. And I feel like that's what it is collecting figures. If something just like captivates you, it's like watching a TV series for the first time. You're like, wow, I'm so into that. Like when I first saw her, I was like, it's so like refreshing. I don't know how to describe it, but anyway, I do have her pre-ordered because I just think she is absolutely beautiful. Okay, that is the end of like my actual figures I have pre-ordered. We are going into the list of figures that I haven't pre-ordered. I am hoping they bin in the aftermarket because I do not want to pay these absurd amounts because it's mainly freeing, let's be real. We're gonna like speed through these ones just because I feel like we all know that freeing is a bit overpriced. Anyway, starting off in January, I'm hoping she bins quite significantly. It is Ultria Pendragon first from Fate Grand Order, the obviously quarter scale. She is retailing for 49,500 yen. That is $500. Plus not including shipping or the tax, none of that. Now I normally choose surface, but that is way too much. Way too much for me to justify spending on a figure. Now yes, her tights are a different colour, they're blue, she's got cards, she's got a crown on her head, she's not in like a typical bunny suit, it's different coloured, her hair's extravagant. Like, I see all that and I can see the price. But with the way freeing is going, I hope to bin. Freeing, please do not watch my video because I'm still going to pick it up, just not right now. And plus her pre-orders are still open, so the likely chance that she's going to bin. Anyway, following straight on from her is also the Fate. It is the Assassin. It is Koyanskaya. I'm just not doing a really good job at like pronouncing names right now. It is 54,780 yen. She's way more than the last one. Why? She's got a chair, she's got a weapon, that's a gun, she looks cool, she's got an actual cool tail, she's got glasses, she's got the Joker card. I agree. I think she looks awesome. I think she looks crazy. She reminds me of Heya Takagi from High School of the Dead. It's the hair, it's the way it's positioned. I'm like, resemblance. Anyway, going back to this figure, I think she looks crazy. Not gonna pay that amount. This next figure is February, so this is from My Dress Up Darling. It is Marin. I am not paying 39,600 yen, which is like 400 Australian dollars, for a bunny that looks that simple. Hopefully, I'm hoping she bins because then I'll pick her up. But right now, she just does not. There's nothing crazy about her. But they could have put her in like an actual costume and make her dress up. I don't know, cosplaying like an actual like bunny costume. I felt like that would have been so much cuter than putting her character. I don't know, there's just nothing outstanding for a $39,000 figure. Next up, we've got another quarter scale. It is from Azure Lane. It is La Glissonniere. I probably butchered that name. But you know what? I think it's the red bottoms. That's why I really want her. I like the pink hair too, not gonna lie. I do think it's quite a cute outfit that she's wearing, but I think the red bottom sold me. I was like, she is me. I need the figure. 39,000, not too bad. considering that's kind of like the average price. But like when I see that compared to like the Marin, both the exact same price, just one seems a bit more detailed, one is a bit more boring, one has her hair sprawled out everywhere, one has ombre hair. Like, I don't know, I'm probably really thinking too much into it. Anyway, hoping they both win. Moving on to April, we've got the Azulane Bunny Reno. Love the style, really excited. I think she's gonna look awesome. I'm actually going to be upset if she sells out because I think she looks awesome, but Black Prince and the Speedy Rabbit, forgot her name, but I had them both pre-ordered and I cancelled both and they both dropped in price. And I was like, all of these figures are going to drop. Now mind you, this is not done by Frame, this one is Union Creatives, so we'll see how we go. Next up we're going to May. It is Voice. Now, I'm going to be completely real. I love that electric, it's not an electric, but it's like that blue pop colour with the black. I think that looks amazing. So clean, and I think that is like a major selling point for this figure. She just pops. I do not like the legs. They have put her in, I'm gonna call it like sheer tights. Whilst it looks okay, it's not a major selling point for the figure. There's nothing crazy going on with her. What I feel like Freeing should have done, they should have changed it up and put like actual sheer tights on the figure. Now give us like plastic that's been painted on. I just feel like it makes her look so cheap. So cheap. I think her hair looks fantastic. The legs ruin it for me. They should change it. They don't want to use fishnets. Use sheer fabric. Like they tried to do this sheer thing, I think it was on Washington's Bunny, where she's got like one arm that's kind of in like that sheer kind of painted plastic thing. It just didn't give the same style. I personally don't like it, but hey, we'll see when Voice comes out. Maybe she'll look much better than, you know, the pictures are currently giving her. Alright, the next quarter scale, I don't really like any of the other figures or quarter scales from this particular series just because they're not really my thing, but this one, her hair stands out so much to me. It's obviously Shuvi from No Game No Life. The hair colour in this series is just like, it's something like really that's always stood out to me. That nice gradient, and then she's obviously got like, you know, her robotic parts, which I think is really cool. It's only like $50, a little more than Voice, but she's so much more detailed and there's a lot more things going on. She's one I'm not too sure I want to pick up just because I'm not interested in the other bunnies from the rest of the series, and I hate not completing sets. But I don't know, I'm just not decided. I do think she does look really cool though. Next is from Fairy Tail. It is Juvia. I think she looks great. I think the blue on the blue on the blue with the blue tat, so cool. It suits her. Now normally when you've got too much of the same colour, I feel like it can kind of like blend in, look boring, all that kind of vibes. I think she looks great. I just feel like there's enough highlights in these pictures going on where she actually stands out. Okay, and the last figure I haven't pre-ordered. Hopefully she bins a OC. So this is by Nazumi Yakuwa. I think she's got an awesome design. I do have X10. I feel like those two together are going to be like such a bunny duo. I feel like they're going to look awesome. The purple highlights, I just feel like, as I said, you know, when you see one colour too much, it can all kind of blend in, you can't really see. She's very dark purple, but she's got like, I think that really light skin and that slight lighter purple highlights just make her look awesome. Definitely a very unique looking bunny. Then again, it is an OC, so pretty excited for her. But anyway, that is all my pre-orders and possible pickups for this year. I might pick up obviously other figures throughout the year, depending on other releases by company, and if I pick up any pre-owned. There's a few figures that I'm currently hunting for, so hopefully I can find some more. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys are picking up this year and if we've got any similar ones. And let me know what you think of how Freeing's after release is going. I'd love to hear other people's talks on that. Anyway, that is all for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.